Hello, and what a great day to sew something wonderful. I'm Kia with Kia B, and I'm so excited to be back in the studio. I'm just really happy to be filming and filming Flosstube and just hanging out for however long it takes today. I have a desk piled full of things. And so grab a drink, grab your stitching. I just want to have like a relaxed, just fun time kind of going through things and talking about cross stitch. So it's been a few weeks since I've been here. In my last video, I talked about how, excuse me, I was going to be taking an intentional break because both of our sons were having surgery, pretty major surgeries, 7 days apart. And you guys were so sweet, and so many of you have been texting me and Instagram messaging me, Insta texting, all those things, checking on them. They are both doing really great. It has been 8 weeks since all of that has happened. And I think this week I felt finally like we are settling into life again. I'm not sure that it's altered, right? Because things are different. For those of you who do not know, we have a medically complex son. He is 8. He will be 9 in February. And he just requires a good amount of care. And so he has hydrocephalus is his primary diagnosis, and then epilepsy is his secondary diagnosis, with some other things sprinkled in there. But with hydrocephalus, one of the biggest causes of concern is his ventricular shunt malfunctioning. And that had been happening over the last several months, several times. And we kept having to go back in and have it reset manually. And so they decided, let's pull it. Let's put a different one in there and try and make his quality of life better. So we did that. That was July 31st, maybe August 1st. It was somewhere right there. And then 7 days later, our oldest son, who was 13, he had to have both his ankles and his feet broken, and then his calf muscles stretched out. He needed some restructuring of that. And so he is still in a wheelchair. He got his cast off last week. We are now to walking boots. He is standing for about 5 minutes at a time, doing all of his exercises. He has been the best patient. He's just doing phenomenal. I cannot say enough good things about our experience with him. So now that we've kind of worked all of our kinks out and getting in a care routine this week, like I said, I feel like we're putting, no pun intended, we're putting one foot in front of the other, even though he's not yet. But we'll get there. We will get there after some therapy and things like that. We will get there. And he's the best kid in the world. I have the most amazing kids. Of course I'm saying that, and I'm very biased in saying it, but our family is doing well. So I felt like my goal, Tech Guy has been on vacation this week. It's been lovely to have an extra set of hands around the house. It's been a little bit more, we bit off a little bit more than we could chew, even though we didn't really have a choice in the matter. So this week, having an extra set of hands with homeschooling and things like that has just really been helpful. So one of my goals was to film a Flosstube before he goes back to work on Tuesday. So here it is, Sunday. We'll see when this gets uploaded. But overall, thank you guys so much. You guys have been so sweet to reach out. Cards in the mail. I just can't even tell you how grateful we are for this community. And it's just been awesome. So with all that being said, thank you for letting me take my little hiatus. It was nice. I've actually done some stitching, not a good bit, but some stitching, been very happy with that. Kind of nighttime has been my time of a little bit of respite. And so I've gotten some things done. I've made quite a few purchases. We have had one event since we last spoke. We had Common Threaded Stitcher, and I cannot wait to tell you all the details about that and how that went. So we'll talk about that. And then I kind of have something fun just to go through. I thought maybe you guys would like to see my process for a bigger project that I'm working on. So with all of that being said, we're just 5 minutes into it. Let's see some stitching. The very first thing that I was working on, and I started this actually in the waiting room while our oldest was in surgery. This is, I don't know if you guys know about this. This is pretty cool. So this is just a tablet case from Vera Bradley. I don't even love this print, but I have the matching placemat, which actually I'm going to talk about these later in my haul, but I have this matching placemat that I use for a specific purpose. And I picked this up because it was like, I mean, it was less than $20. And I was like, oh, this might be kind of cool to use for my iPad because I like to journal my stitching on my iPad. And my iPad like barely fits in here. So I turned it into like a little project keeper. I didn't turn it into, like, this is where your iPad would go, or you can just lay it in here. But I've been using it as a project keeper. And when you find them on sale, like, that's a good time to do that. So I started this project. It was going to be a birthday gift for my mother, but I have decided not to do that. But it is a JBW Designs from our sweet Judy. Gosh, she's so kind. Here is called Antique Rooster Sampler. And it's a little bit cut off. So let me show you, without showing you the chart, let me show you the inside. So there is the entire sampler. It is monochromatic. I thought this was so cute. It has, it is a sampler. So it has the alphabet on there, and then it's got a bunch of different roosters and things all the way around it. So I chose to use, I had a lot of Classic Colorworks Cupid sitting around from a previous project I was working on. And so I thought, gosh, this would be a really good variegated red. So let me show you kind of a full skein of what it looks like so that you can see. Look at that variegation. So it's got some of the dark in there and the bright. I really like this color a lot. If you need a good monochromatic red, I would advocate for this one. I will tell you, none of my stitching is pressed. I'm so sorry. I figure a filmed floss tube is better than a pressed stitching one that doesn't ever come. So here's what I got done on that. Not very far, but see, this is all the same color, and look at that variegation. This is on a 40 count color and cotton called Love Letter, and it is from the club back in February. But gosh, I'm loving. So this is as tall as it's going to be, and then it'll be just as long. I really do love this. I've really enjoyed working on a monochromatic piece. And I don't know, this is a good one to think through. So again, this is Love Letter, and then the floss I chose is Classic Colorworks Cupid. In fact, part of my haul is I just went and bought a few more skeins of it just in case I didn't want to run out. So I went to Always in Stitches and picked those up. So that's been a fun little piece to work on. And this unexpected little project keeper. I like this because if I throw this in my bag, like in my purse, it doesn't, like, it can bend, but it's not meant to, like, it's sturdier. So I don't worry about everything getting crumpled up in the bottom of my bag. So I like that. It's the smaller version of the laptop, or the tablet cover. And you can find them like, if you have a Vera Bradley outlet close to you or online, you can find them on clearance all the time. So that's a really good alternative, I would say. Okay. Some of the other projects, our little Peanut had surgery. So I typically will work on something, to just kind of commemorate that time that we are in the hospital, and not commemorate, that's the wrong word. To mark that time and to pass my time in the hospital. I do have a hospital project, but I didn't take it this time. I took this one instead. So I don't think I have the cover photo for this. But this is how do I not have the cover photo for this? This is the Twin Peak Primitives Be Beautiful sampler. I stitched this as a model for them for market this year. And so I've gotten a little bit of this outside border done. I have jokingly been saying I'm to the bra and skirt portion of the border. I just think this little red looks so much like a bra. So I have been, or the butts, anyway. So I've been working on this. I worked on this in the hospital for a little bit. And then kind of the week between This one requires a little bit more focus. I have stitched this fully for the girls before. Like I said, it is framed. Actually, it's framed at Keepsakes right now because Barbara Hills did the framing. So she has that hanging in their shop. It's beautiful. It's on like a deep purple color. And so I stitched that. Barbara hung it. It went to market. Now they sell it all the time. If you want to join me in this, Sal, the reason I did this, I started this, Sal, is right in the middle of the, no, not in the middle. I don't understand how I do not have a cover sheet for this. Anyway, towards the bottom, it says, don't be afraid, just believe. And the girls had asked me to stitch this. He had surgery in December to put an epilepsy device in his chest. And we were really struggling with whether or not that was a good decision. It was kind of an alternative medicine. So we were just really struggling with that. And when they asked me at first, I was like, there's just no way I can't add that and have a major surgery. Like that can't happen. But then they sent me the mock-up for it. And I was just like, oh, okay, Lord, I will do this. And so I just really focused on that. It's just wonderful. I have a whole video introducing the Sal if you want to watch it. But it's just a sweet story. And I know I want this hanging in my house. And so with that being said, I've been working on this just small, like the tiniest of bits here and there. So that's been fun to work on. And then my sweet friend made me this cabochon. Missy made this for me because she just knows how much that meant. And isn't this so cute? It says, don't be afraid, just believe. And it has a little mane charm and then a little cross charm as well. And she gifted that to me at our little petite retreat this year. So if you would like to join me in that, Sal, that is the BEEYOU to, let me make sure I'm spelling that correctly. BEEYOUTIFUL sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. And we are using the hashtag don't be afraid, BEE afraid Sal. And so I'm just doing that as like I want this hung in my house. I want to commemorate that time together. I keep saying the word commemorate and I'm not sure that's the right word. The other one I'm working on is the Courage Sal that you've seen several people be working on, and I am not very far in this. This is on 46 count London Fog by Under the Sea Fabrics. This floss, again, this is a big monochromatic piece. I really enjoy it. This floss I cannot get enough of. It is called Distressed Denim. It is a newer color by Gast or Sampler Threads. And it is just beautiful. I think I have purchased 10 skeins now for 2 different projects because, I mean, it's just stunning. The variegation is just beautiful. So not working very quickly on this one. I'd like to get some work done on it, but that's where I'm at right now with that. I feel like I'm flying. Maybe I won't be here as long. I also feel like I need to take a good deep breath. So it's nice to have something going that is just kind of something I can work through, you know, all of that. So, okay. I was enabled very hard. This is, I was watching Liz Matthews and she and I are very good friends. We're very dear friends. And, she has developed a love of Christmas villages. And I love her for that because you guys know that I have loved Christmas villages for as long as I can remember. If you have watched the videos on my channel, my dad and I have a collection of over 100 buildings, couple hundred accessories. The Christmas village to us is a huge deal. I mean, just huge. And so every year, not every year, a couple of years, we have set up our village and then I will go through and film it and share it with you all. It's been at my house several years and now it has moved to my dad's house because I, with 3 preteens, well, 1 teenager and 2 other preteens, like I just don't have the room, the space for it anymore. And my dad just built a new barn so we can put it up and display it and nothing's gonna bother it. So with that being said, kind of watching my journey, Liz and I have been friends since 2020 is when we met in person. And she, anyway, just through our friendship has really developed like this love of Christmas villages as well. I'm not saying that I enabled her. I'm just saying that she now has the same love I have. So she has started her village. Well, she came across, she went to, I think it was CTS weekend, maybe. I could be very wrong, but I think it was CTS weekend. She took a trip to a local quilting store near her and she saw this dimensions kit. And I've never stitched a dimensions kit before, but the moment I saw her video that she posted, she bought it, I had to. It's beautiful. It is called Christmas Village Ornaments, and seeing this makes me want to like stop everything I'm doing and keep going to work on these. This is Dimensions Gold Collection Kit. I will tell you, I bought mine on Amazon just because I was like, I need to stitch this tomorrow. So look how beautiful these ornaments are. This comes with all the thread that you need. It does come with a it comes with an 18 count ivory Aida. I will tell you, it is stiff as cardboard. And so I just switched mine out and oh my goodness, I have not been enabled so hard in my life. I don't mind it. I just love it so much. So this is as far as I've gotten. This is only about 2 days worth of work because I got sidetracked, as one does. But oh, it's just so pretty. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think I started with this one right here. If it will focus. Let me put my face away. Oh, such a good one. So it comes with, to make all 6. It does come, I will tell you, it does come on these floss cards, and then everything is like draping from these. This does not work for me. And so I chose to take a bunch of my business cards and cut them up and make into floss drops because that just seemed easier to manage for me. So you get that, you get some felt. The fabric I chose to go with is Be Stitch Me 46 count ledger. And here's why. These ornaments are full coverage and this fabric is like blue and yellows, and I have a hard time pulling this fabric for like things that I would normally put in my house. And so I thought, okay, it matches, right? Like the blue and yellow, it matches really well, but because it's full coverage, it's gonna get covered up mostly. You might just see the edges in the finishing because I haven't decided how I'm gonna finish them yet. So, and then they give you, like in this kit, now of course these patterns are for 18 count Aida, so you would need to adjust. Mine's 46 count. So I'll need to adjust, but they give you like the patterns for finishing in that shape if you want to. And then they have like stitch guides and things like that, which is really great. Each of the patterns, you will never be able to zoom in on this, so I will hold this pretty far away, but they're in like really long sheets, and a highlighter, in my opinion, is needed. Liz told me that that might be the case, and I could not agree more. So I just photocopied those as a working copy. I probably will only ever stitch these one time, but I didn't want to ruin my original pattern. So, and then it comes with felt and a few finishing materials. I have to show you this project bag that I put them in. A sweet subscriber sent me, I showed it last video, but she sent me a bunch of project bags, and this one is from Goose. And I just thought this like wintry village was the perfect bag for this. So isn't that just adorable? Like I said, I feel like I need to just stop filming right now and go work on this because I just think it's so beautiful. So today is October 1st. It is typically Village Day in my family, where we start to talk about like where the village is going to go, how we're going to set it up. Do we need to buy anything last minute? Like any, like sometimes we'll need to buy like wood to make more stands and things like that. And so I'm looking very forward to soon. I can't get this back in the bag. Soon getting to work on Christmas Village stuff. So that is that purchase. I mean, immediately when I saw that it was delivered, I had Tech Guy go pick it up because I just could not, I could not wait to get it started, and I loved it. It kept me up at night at first. So gorgeous. And I've never done a dimensions kit, so that was fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. Okay, the last piece that I can remember working on in the last couple of weeks, I was working on another project and it was a secret stitch. Now it's not going to be. I think I bit off way more than I could chew. I was doing something for an exchange, and when I got the border done, I stopped and looked at it and was like, this not only would be incredibly expensive to ship, it's a little outrageous for a gift exchange. So I stopped working on it. It's going to hang up in my house because I've already put a ton of work on the border and stuff. But okay, the other night I was in a rut. I was getting ready to Zoom with some friends on Friday night to stitch for the evening, like a big group of us. And I thought, like, what do I want to stitch? I need something that, like, I was so excited. We just kind of had a tough week, and I was so excited to, like, just sit and listen to other friends chatter. Not even like, I was just excited to listen and hear other stitchers. And if you can find a Zoom to join, even for the camaraderie of just sitting in a space with other people who enjoy the things that you enjoy, do it. I'm not kidding. Like, I don't care if I have to, like, start planning some CTS Zooms and stuff like that. I will do that, because the value that you get in sitting with like-minded people with this hobby is phenomenal, and to have wonderful conversation. So I was getting ready to do this, and I was just like, do I want to work on this? No, because I have to pay attention a little bit too much. Like, I would have worked on that dimension kit, but it's a lot of confetti, and so I was like, oh, I can't really work on that. Do I want to work on our little guys pieces? No, I don't really want to work on that. And I just wasn't feeling anything, and I went downstairs and I was like looking by my stitching chair to see if I'd left any projects down there to what would call out to me. And tech guy was like, why don't you just start something new? And I was like, I cannot start anything new. I just can't do it. I'm so excited for the time of year where all the whip parades start coming out. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of whips I have. So I can't start something new. And I have been in the planning stages of 12 by 12. And so, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, just introducing that. I don't have any set plans yet, but I just walked over to my whip wall and I was like, okay, what's going to scream out to me? I thought, I have a lot of fill-in on my Houses of Hawk Run Hollow. So this is Houses of Hawk Run Hollow. This is the one that I shared with you that I was able to purchase all the MPI silk for it. I mean, I was so excited. I actually, I think I teared up in that video because I was just so excited. This is like a piece that I hope someone hangs on to for dear time. The likelihood, I just don't want to do it up Goodwill. Anyway. And so I'm in this block down here. This is the only little bit that I've worked on. And I was like, well, I have a lot of fill-in in that house. Let me pull it out. And I haven't been able to put it away for the last 2 days. I'm not getting a ton done, but I just have really enjoyed working on this. So this house is almost done now. If I had a picture of it, but I don't have my iPad up here, but I would show you a picture of what it was. It was just like these windows down here. I think I had come up just a tiny bit here. So just working on this, and it's on this giant piece of fabric. So I've just been diligently working with the MPIs on this and just really enjoying it. I like the fill-in. It helps me be able to focus on something else. I don't know. I just really enjoy it. The other thing I wanted to say is I put it in this tiny little nerd hoop. This is like maybe a 5-inch hoop. And we had this discussion on this Zoom the other night that a lot of people are buying these because they're really inexpensive, but the tension is not you can't get it as I like. If I can't hear my drum from across the room, it's not tight enough. And so I played around with this a little bit. I own enough hardwick hoops to know that sometimes you have to wrap that inner ring. So that's all I did here. I wrapped the inner ring with some twill tape, or this is cheap, thick ribbon from Joann's off a spool that was $1. And I just wrapped the inside of it. And now I can pull on this and get it drum tight. And I really enjoy having this small of a hoop in my hand. This does bother me, but only because I've been working so close to the side here did I unravel it. Normally I will have it all rolled up to the side so it's not all bulky. I'll put the magnets on it and everything. And this size does not hurt my hand. I love it. So I've been working on this the last couple of days, just really enjoying it. I'd like to get some good progress made on it. This lives in a Bags by Beth bag. I got this at a retreat I went to 2 years ago. It was like the last day of the retreat and I saw it sitting there, and it's in Blackbird fabric, and I just felt like I was lucky to get it. I just think it's beautiful. I wish that she had more bags, but she does not. Her quality is just phenomenal. So Beth is a very sweet lady. So I picked that up at StitchCon and just felt very, very providential to get that. Okay, that is everything I think I have been stitching on. I think. Okay, let's talk about something fun. I mean, stitching is fun. Let me talk about a project. So I'm working on this larger project. I think I've shared with you, I know I shared with you, that I bought ornament trees for myself. My kids bought me one for Mother's Day, and then I bought myself a smaller one as well. And they're just wrought iron ornament trees. You can Google search them. And I counted them all up, and I need like 286 ornaments or something to fill these, and I have 0 ornaments made. So I have a couple that I have been gifted, but nothing that would like fill an ornament tree. So what I did is I grabbed a cute little bag. This is a So Much to Love bag. Her bags are phenomenal. And I went around my pattern stash. I think I shared some of this with you maybe the last time I filmed, because Sweet Judy Whitman sent me her new book. And I went through and I grabbed, let me just show you, a bunch of smaller cuts of fabric, just stuck them in this bag. There's probably 20 of them in there. This whole thing is just filled with floss. Most of it's DMC, some of it's overdyed, so that I had colors to choose from. And then I grabbed anything that could be turned into an ornament and just keep them in this bag so that I can pull them out. So I just thought I would show you some of those. So I showed this to you last time because of Sweet Judy, but she has 5 ornament books out now. I'm trying to put them in order here. She has 5 ornament books right now. And I believe there are 25 per book. And they come together so quickly and make the tiniest, cutest little trees. And so I have all of these now. I just need to get through them. It does not take very long at all to stitch them. Look at her trees on the back. So she just did on normal Christmas trees. My ornament trees, the wrought iron ones, don't have all the needles. Like, they just have hooks for ornaments. And if you've ever seen any of her trees in person, they're just gorgeous. So I mean, right there is 125 ornaments right there. So I'm well on my way. Haven't made any of them, but this is Country Cottage Needleworks Snow Love. So this would be a bigger one, but if I do it on 56 count, it would be very small. So I thought that was adorable. I have some Blackbird stockings that I thought would make really cute ones. I really want to make these for silverware holders on my dining room table for Christmas. Think of how cute of a place setting this would be. And it's because in the background, she's got like plates and stuff. And I thought, gosh, your silverware and napkin rolled up in there would be just stunning. Annie B's, I would prim these colors a little bit. I wouldn't make them so bright and prominent, but super cute. Annie B's is doing some adorable things right now. Her daughter has taken a much more active role. One of her daughters has taken a much more active role in their business. And she's been putting out, I guess they're trying to move her office down to the basement. She's putting out some like B-roll content on Instagram. If you guys have not watched that, I just think that kind of content is really fun just to see behind the scenes. And so I've been watching that and loving it. For 12 by 12 one year, started some of these stockings. And so a lot of my cuts from my bag are for these specifically already. And this is the Blackbird design Home for the Holidays. So I kind of gave up this idea that a project bag could only hold one project. I don't know, am I the only one that like felt pigeonholed into like one project bag? And it's because I was watching Carol Salt Box, and she would like, maybe it wasn't Carol. Maybe it was Brenda and Laura. I was watching, and maybe they both do it, but I was like, why am I only putting one? Like if everything in this bag are for my ornament trees, it should just all go together. And yeah, my floss is a mess in the bottom of it, but then I can just pull it and use what I need. So I just kind of got over that. So in fact, like these are my peanut projects. So I put these, both projects are in the same bag, and I just bought, I've shown you guys these before, but I just bought the clear acrylic tags off of Amazon. And then they come with like the little hooks. I write on there with permanent marker, and then you can take an alcohol wipe and wipe this off. So all my projects for him are like in one bag. So that way I can just grab that one bag. So that was just a fun project that I'm working on. Okay. We can talk about, okay, speaking of like Christmas, 12 by 12. So I started 12 by 12 in, this will be my 4th year doing it. So 23 is my 4th year. So 2020, the beginning of 2021 is where I started this, like New Year's Eve of 2020 into 2021 is when I started this. I did it 1 year by myself, and then Pam from Just Keep Stitching did it 2 years with me. And then this year I've just started the planning stages of it. So what 12 by 12 is, if you've not heard of this, I had given myself this like no new start rule because I was overwhelmed with whips and I wanted to make some good decisions with them. And I thought I'm going to not start anything for a whole year and then give myself a window on New Year's Eve to start 12 projects, one every hour from midnight to, or I'm sorry, from noon to midnight. And this idea it wasn't my own. Pam and Steph are part of a Crock-Pot crew, and they were doing a year of no starts, but they had a window during their Crock-Pot retreat of like, you can start as many things as you want to in this 4 or 5 day period, however long it was. And I was like, that's a fantastic idea. I think I'll do this, but I think I'll create like an event for myself on New Year's Eve because Tech Eye works, you know, I had littles when we started this, and I thought, I'm not doing, I've said this before, I'm in my 30s. I'm not doing anything for New Year's Eve. And so I thought this will be like something to look forward to. The kids usually like play games and video games and stuff like that. And so I thought this will be fun. So starting at noon, every hour I would start a new project. So I've done this for several years now and have thoroughly enjoyed it. Some years we've done a theme. So last year we did whips versus new starts. So I had 12 new starts, but my partner had 12 whips that she worked on. And so it was fun to like have a little bit of camaraderie. We would go live on Instagram every couple of hours and just kind of check in and see how everybody was doing. And then we would all ring in the new year together just before midnight on New Year's Eve. So super fun. I am in the beginning stages of planning. I will hint to you because I know some people have been asking. I know Missy and Kathy talked about it a little bit on their channel. I will give you a little hint. When I plan events like 12 by 12 and Common Threaded Stitcher, my ultimate goal is that everyone feels like they can participate, that you don't have to shell out money to go to a retreat. You don't have to travel. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, or you can make it bigger and you can gather friends and do things together. And so with that being said, I'm hyper focused on a specific theme this year that would relate to things you already have around your home. So I will just tease that. I'm just really excited about this. So stay tuned for more plans for 12 by 12. But if you would like to participate, maybe keep your New Year's Eve open. Okay. In my haul, we'll go haul next. Actually, no, we're going to go Stitching Kindness next. Stitching Kindness. I've showed you these before. Missy from Two Needles Pulling Thread, she gave us these. We were going to make some project bags out of them and then couldn't figure out how to make this a viable project bag size. So we were going to work on a project with them, and I threw this under my stitching tray. Like I have this, it's sitting right here, but I have this Stitchers tray, and then I've got like my pattern stand, a book of needles, you know, orc catcher. Anyway, all this stuff. I threw it under this at StitchCon, and it made the perfect boundary for me for like, keep your stuff contained. Stop spreading out all over the table. Keep your stuff contained. So it is retreat season. If you are getting ready to go to a bunch of retreats, pick up just a normal placemat. Mine happened to both be from Vera Bradley because we have an outlet here and I was already shopping for some other things. And so pick up a placemat, put it at your station. Make one, you know, like do something different to maybe help make your space pretty, but also like keep it contained and organized. So just want to share that with you. All right, let's talk about a little bit of kindness. So first and foremost, I have told you all, I am pretty much equally between two LNS. For a while, Keepsakes has been my LNS because it is a less trafficked area to go to Keepsakes than it is the one that is mileage closer to my house. But it's really high traffic to get up there, and it takes me the same amount of time. It takes me like an hour and 15 minutes to get to Keepsakes, hour and 20. It takes me right at an hour to get to Always in Stitches. But this summer, I've had zero time whatsoever to travel. So I've been going up to Always in Stitches. I've gone twice this summer. And they watched my video about the boys having surgery. And then about a week later, I got the sweetest package in the mail. It is a project bag from them. And then it's filled with like a bunch of little goodies and stuff like that. Like corner gauge, right? Like a little notebook to take notes on, which I feel like if you're going to do Zoom with friends, have a little notebook like this sitting next to you. I think we all learned that the hard way this week. But like just such cute little like things and the sweetest of cards in this. I won't read them to you, but they were just so incredibly sweet and kind. And it was sweet to have that little thought process. And so I went up there, made some purchases. I showed you guys the Cupid that I got. I got more of that distressed denim floss. And then I got this. Look at this fabric. It is a Christmas fabric. It's just a quilting cotton, but it is absolutely adorable. And then it is from the line Jolly Good for Moda by Basic Gray. And I got a mini charm pack because I have an exchange coming up and I'm going to make some things with this. But absolutely adorable. So Jolly Good by Moda for Basic Gray, or by Basic Gray for Moda. So I got all of that. It was just so incredibly kind. And then I have some cards. Like I said, very, very sweet cards. This is from Miss Mary. Look how beautiful that is. Just a sweet little card saying like thinking of you and everything. I just thought that was so incredibly kind. So thank you so much, Mary, for that. Shelly sent me a card from Antique Needleworkers. Look how beautiful that card is. So kind. And then Holly Neal, who is Hobbies of Holly on Instagram. Isn't that the sweetest? So she sent me this card. She sent me a very sweet, sentimental gift that no one has ever made for me before. And if I showed it, I would probably cry. So she sent me that she handmade for me. And then she sent the boys a bunch of like busy books and sticker books and fun things like that. So that was so incredibly sweet. Okay, and then this is silly, but my mom found this at a Goodwill and thought, oh my gosh, Kia has to have this. It is cross-stitched Santas, but it is an applique to put on a sweatshirt. Look at that. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is adorable. Like it's so, I don't know, it's just super fun. So she gifted me that. Miss Liz Matthews and her sweet mother sent me a package of their new releases. And inside of it, Liz always sends me the sweetest little notes. But she started my collection of Prairie Schooler Santas and she keeps adding to them. So this one is 2007. Look at that. Oh, 2008. 2013. This one is 2015. This one, Tech Eye has been searching for forever. And then this one is 2023. Adorable. So that was really sweet. And then inside of it were some of her mom's releases and then hers from Needlework Expo. So I want to share those with you. So this is Good Intentions Revisited by Kathy Barrick. I myself am made entirely of flaws stitched together with good intentions. So she revisited that pattern. I love this darker colorway. Love that frame too. My goodness. Okay, and then Liz has the sampler tree. Look at that berry bowl. Oh, it's so good. Her trees are just like no others. Okay, this next pattern, I got to see like this in the making of, and I just could not wait to see it all put together. She chose 2 pieces of fabric, stitched 2 different things on it, and then sewed them together. Are you joking me? If you are not stitching this, what are you doing? Adorable. Adorable. 9th day of Christmas. So, 9 ladies dancing. I was like, what? This isn't the 8 maids milking. 9 ladies dancing. Look at that house. Oh. I'm just saying, if you've not seen her kits that the classes she's doing at Jingle Ball, you're going to want to be on your computer on October 13th because I saw the kits on the Jingle Ball websites, jingleball.net. And oh, they're going to be so good, and it's virtual, and my goodness, it's going to be good. Look at these. I might start this soon actually because I really, really like this. Homespun hearts. This plaid, that's stitched. That is stitched. And then Boo. So cute. So she and Kathy sent me those, which was very sweet of them as a little pick-me-up. I just have the best friends, you guys. I really do. This community is just very special. And then Stitchy Linda on Instagram reached out to me and she said, I have a bunch of 46 count. Some of it I just bought at StitchCon and I don't think I can use it. So she wanted to settle on something that was a little bit more easy on her eyes. So this is from Brick City Fabrics and it is 46 count flax. She sent me that. It is reading a little bit more gray than it is. It's definitely a neutral brown. And then this one is Color Happens by Fiber on a Whim. Yep, that's pretty good. It's like a green neutral. Super pretty. And then this last one is another Fiber on the Whim called Color Happens. That doesn't make sense. One of these is mislabeled because they are very different in color. I will show you. See, they're very different in color. So one of them is mislabeled, but this one is so pretty. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. So I cannot wait to see. Oh, I bet. Look, I'm about to make a kit right now. I bet that Liz that I said I want to start right now. Let me see about this. Where did that go? This on this. So called for on this is Homespun Hearts, 36 count Ren linen from Picture This Plus. So if I did a flax, that would be really good. Oh, I just got goosebumps. I'm so excited. Okay, so thank you, Linda, for sending me those. I actually may pull colors because it's just DMC colors for those. So I may pull colors. I just said I wasn't going to start anything new. Isn't that always how it goes? Okay, haul. Let me see a little bit of haul. So I did place a 1, 2, 3 stitch order because we have a Sal coming up for our sweet Tammy Totten's birthday. And so I needed to place a 1, 2, 3 stitch haul for that. So I did not actually pull anything out of this. Okay. This is going to be her Sal. She picked out Love Always. She actually picked this out when we were at Craft Gallery. She wasn't 100%, so nobody picked it up yet. And so I just needed to place an order for that. And I got all the threads and I picked 46 count B stitch me in the color Vintage for that, because it pulls these colors, you guys. I'm gonna pull this all the way out. So this makes this look very bright. This is an Annie B's. This picture makes this house look extremely bright, but let me show you the colorway. And this is all the colors for this. Oh, that's funny. This one is called For Flax. Maybe I need to change it. Now I need to think about that. So the house is actually these two colors, not that. So I was a little bit worried that I was going to need to prim those up, but no, this is going to be perfect. So here are all the colors together if I don't drop them. So beautiful colorway. So I'm excited to get that started. I pulled Vintage because it does actually have like a little bit of a pink hue to it, but now I'm rethinking maybe I do need to do the flax. Either way, I'll decide. We are gonna start that mid-October, I think. So very excited about that. Okay, give me just a second, because if I don't put this fabric back in this bag with these flosses, after I get done filming, I'm gonna be like, where does this go? What is this for? So give me just a second. While I do this, let's do a giveaway. I have been gone almost 8 weeks, so I want to know what floss tubes have you been watching in the last 8 weeks? Tell me some of your favorites that you've been watching in the comments, and I'm going to choose a random comment to give away a Liz pattern, and I'll do it of your choosing. You can choose whatever Liz pattern you would like to do. I'm going to pick 2 winners. So comment down below what floss tube you have been watching lately, and let me know. Okay. V-Stitch Me. I have gotten I've gotten 2 monthly things since I saw you last. So this was July, I assume. Yeah, July, because it's a little bit patriotic. And then this one is August. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, and then this one is Lunar. This one came in July because it is that really pretty blue gray. Brandy she is one of the sweetest people. She's a phenomenal dyer. This one is lightly salted, not roasted. And so I've heard a couple of people say that they don't know that you can choose in Brandy's monthly club. You can choose for it to be all her colors, or you could choose for it just to be neutrals. And so like my tag here says I get the Fabric of the Month Neutral Club. You just email her and you say, hey, I have Fabric of the Month Club. Can I just get all neutrals? Because I was finding it a little bit hard. I love her fabric, but sometimes I don't need the brighter colors because I don't really do that in my home. But the Neutral Club has just been a game changer. So pretty. This one's, what did I say it was? Lightly salted, not roasted. So super pretty. Speaking of Brandy and just being a phenomenal human being and a fantastic artist, she paired with us for Common Threaded Stitcher this round. And I emailed her a couple of, maybe 2 months before Common Threaded Stitcher. And I said, hey, would you be willing to dye a fabric in honor of Common Threaded Stitcher? And if you don't know what Common Threaded Stitcher is, it is a passion project of mine to connect us all together, like with these common threads that we all have in stitching. So it's we've narrowed it down to a weekend long event. It used to be a month where I would give you prompts to post on Instagram. Now we've narrowed it down to to a weekend, and it's so fun. I'll give you prompts like, show us your stitching space, or show us your favorite stitching snack, or show me a picture of you from the 80s. And it's just really fun camaraderie to help us connect through stitchers all over the world. And so I reached out to Brandy. I said, would you be willing to do a fabric and or a floss in honor of Common Threaded Stitcher? And she was like, hold the phone, I'll do both, and I'll put it into normal rotation. So the floss that she did was Bahama Coconut. Look at all those colors mixed together. Beautiful. And then the fabric she did, I am beside myself. It is called One More Reproduction. I got it in 56 count because she started carrying 56 count. And you guys are not even ready for how gorgeous this is. It is stunning. Stunning. And I got a full yard of it. And like this will be on automatic ship all the time. It's beautiful. So in honor of CTS, she dyed this fabric and you can go purchase it on her website. And it's just stunning. Her shipping is super quick. And if she doesn't have it in stock, she'll tell you. And next time she does a dye lot of that, she'll let you know and you can get it ordered. So super fun. That was incredibly sweet of her to do that. Speaking of Common Threaded Stitcher, Judy Whitman did a freebie for us. It is on the Common Threaded Stitcher Instagram page. You can go click on our profile. You can click the link tree and you can download that pattern for free. I did not print it out. I have it printed in my project bag, but I haven't been working on it. It is the sweetest little stocking. So go take a look at that. Judy worked really hard on dedicating that pattern to Common Threaded Stitcher. The other thing is Kelly Stodola of That's So Kelly Co. did a sale over the weekend for us. She did a bunch of giveaways. So I ordered some things from her. I got several gifts, but one of the things I got were these reusable floss drops. Have you seen these? They're stunning and they're thick and you just take a permanent marker and you can write on them and erase it with alcohol wipes. Write on the back what colors they are. I mean, are you joking with these? So I got a couple sets of these. One or two of them are a gift. And then each one comes with a needle minder and a floss ring. So is that right? Yeah, it's a lantern. Beautiful. So I ordered some things from Kelly for gifts and then I had to get those for myself because I was like, these are stunning. What a good idea to have reusable floss drops like that. So Kelly did a bunch of giveaways for us over the weekend. It was a lot of fun. Our next one will be in the spring and we'll have some fun stuff for that too. I got my color and cotton order in, so I will show you that. This first one is from September. This is Tavernine. And I get 40 count from that. Beautiful fabric. And then this one must be August. Mystic Owl, and this is August, yeah. And this is like a gray neutral, which I really like both. So here's the two together so you can kind of see their differences. Beautiful. How many adjectives I need to learn some new adjectives. The other thing I think I picked up and didn't show you at 1, 2, 3 Stitch, I have figured out, so I loved Pat Carson needles in size 28. I just thought they were the best needles I've ever used in my life. And then like 6 months later, then they stopped selling them. They stopped making them because she couldn't find a manufacturer for them. So they stopped making them. So literally, we like bought the rest of them, but I needed to find a new one. Like anxiety of running out of needles was bothering me too much to not find a new one. And I think someone at Keepsakes told me about these and I went upstairs and got a pack. And so now I've bought, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 packs since then, but they're Peacemakers tapestry needles in size 28. And I love them. They're a really, really good alternative. I really enjoy them. So if I throw in an order at 1, 2, 3 Stitch, or if I see them at Always in Stitches or wherever I'm at, I'll pick up a little package of them because I really value them. I like the way they stitch. They're very smooth. So I like that. Okay, we're almost at an hour. I think that's all I have, I think. I know I've missed some cards, so I apologize. I know Sweet Caitlin has sent me some cards. She sent me a sweet gift card to Starbucks to like get a little treat, which is nice because actually, and she didn't know this, but the The hospital that our son has all of his like brain surgery stuff in has a Starbucks in the lobby. And so that is super helpful. So we were able to enjoy that. So I know she has sent me a couple of cards. Caitlin is my Sunday friend at StitchCon, and she just went through like a huge move, like across the country. So I've been thinking about her, and she's a sweet human being. I don't think there's anything else. Next time I film, I'm not sure when. I'm not going to promise when I'm going to get to film again because we're just taking life one step at a time right now, or one PT at a time right now. And then I don't know, I've just had a lot of fun sitting here with you guys. So I really appreciate the brain break and just like the fun, just talking about my stitching and, talking about you guys and all of that. So I appreciate it very much. Next time, maybe I'll have a little bit more detail on 12 by 12. It might be a little bit before I solidify those plans. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section down below. You can message me on Instagram or anything like that. And be sure to go back to the part of the video where I talked about the giveaway, which I shouldn't be saying the word giveaway, but yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me in the hive today. It's been a while, but this was fun, and this was a good little respite for me. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful week of stitching. I have enjoyed so much following on Instagram, everybody's stitching and sals and hashtags and things like that. So thank you for all of that. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and thanks for joining me in the hive.